Hi there. In this video, we're going to see how you can create your own API responses using some FireDAC components. It's not maybe as handy as with the previous components we've seen so far, but in some scenarios, these are very, very useful and it's really worth taking a look. So in this case, what we're going to do, we're going to create a new RAD server project and we're going to code everything from scratch because it's not much code involved. So, and also I think it's a good way to see how you can create your own customizations and not only using the wizards, etc. So yeah, we're going to create a new RAD server package. We want it with resources, but let's name this FireDAC. And we're going to get just one get method, then we can copy it. And there you go. We have an empty project. We only have one endpoint, which is a get endpoint. And we're going to duplicate this and create an extra one to see two different methods. But first, what we need to do, let's drop a connection. We're also going to need a query. Sorry, there you go. Let's just start to spread this around. We will also need a stand storage JSON link. You don't need to do anything with this one. You just need to drop it in the data module and that's it. And a batch move. We're going to see in a second how to use all this. A batch move dataset set reader. This is the one. And a batch move JSONWriter. Okay. So let's organize this a bit. First, let's call this employee connection. And let's assign our employee database. And we can call this one employees. And this is going to be a very, very basic query just to get all employees. I think that's the table, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, there you go. We have all the employees now here. Let's close this. Well, save it actually. And now what we have to do here in the batch move, we need to be sure that it has been mapped automatically to the dataset reader and also to the writer. Theoretically, it does it automatically, but just double check just in case. And here what we need to do in the dataset reader, we need to assign it to the query. Okay, so when it comes to components, that's pretty much it. Now let's just code a few lines and we'll see what happens. As I mentioned, at the moment we just have this get method and this sample code here. And what we're going to do for this one in particular, we're going to create, let's call it the L stream. Well, to be more precise, the stream, and this is going to be a memory string create. And then in the response that is coming in the as an argument, this one here, what we're going to do, we're going to assign, let's try to type correctly, response body set stream, and this is going to be our variable or stream, and the type is going to be application/JSON, and it's the M string is owned, so it will be destroyed automatically. And now we're going to open the query we just created. And we're going to save it in the stream. As simple as that. Save to stream, but with a little caveat that we're going to see here in a second. You need to add the type SFJSON. In this way, we're saying that we want to save the whole query as a JSON format. Okay, this is one endpoint, and we're going to see this in a second. But first, let's code the other one. We just copy and paste this, and we're going to rename it to get batch move, for example. We also need to define the endpoint that this is going to have. We are using attributes, and let's call it batch move suffix. There you go. And let's define this. This one is going to be even shorter. We just need to get the batch move. I think this is the name, if I'm not wrong. Batch move JSON FD batch move JSONWriter. That's one. JSONWriter, and we assign this to the writer and the response. As we saw in previous videos, we can use this JSONWriter included in the body. And now we just need to execute a batch move, and this should convert automatically all the records that we're getting in the query to a JSON response. But these two are going to be slightly different. Let me put this up here, because we're going to see two different scenarios. Let's close this RAD server. Let's compile this, and hopefully, well, we need to add all this. That's fine. Okay. So we have this one, which is just a standard get, and then we have the extra one called batch move. Okay, so if we test this now, we come to localhost 8080, in this case it's named FireDAC. So this one, okay, this one looks a bit more complicated, but I'm going to explain you why in a second. What we're doing here, we're saving the whole query, so the component as such, and we're putting it in a JSON format. So we're getting not only the values of the records, but also we're getting all the information about the columns and the properties. In which scenario this is interesting? Well, if you're using just Delphi or C++ tools to develop your applications, you can send the whole FireDAC query and then grab that and assign it to a mem table, which it will save you quite a lot of time, because you're going to have all the details automatically with the widths and stuff like that. But this is not very friendly in case you're going to use this with some other third-party developers. Obviously it needs to be more standardized, but I wanted to show you that this is possible, and you can share a whole data set of query through JSON response. Now let's access the other one, and this one was batch move, and this one is pretty much what we've seen so far. It's just the whole dataset response with all the records, but in this case we're using a different approach. We're using the batch move, but that in some scenarios maybe you find it more interesting to use and maybe fits your needs in a better way. So yeah, just wanted to show you that you can get the same results using different methods. Thank you very much. And as you could see, we haven't used actually RAD server components. In this case, we've used just some FireDAC components that probably maybe you've used already in your project. So we're just reusing all that knowledge that we have about the tools to apply them to RAD server. Okay, see you in the next video.